blooming school, a prestigious educational institution situated at Kalinagar Hmar Veng in Manipur's Jiribam, was set on fire by unidentified miscreants. According to sources, the miscreants allegedly set ablaze the Blooming Flower Children Foundation School located under the jurisdiction of the Jiribam police station at Kalinagar Part 2 in the wee hours of Friday around 3:30 am. There have been no injuries that have been reported in the incident as of now. Joining us live at this point is Major General Brajesh Kumar, former DG Military Infrastructure. Let me quickly make a start with you, Major General Kumar. What do you make of this absolutely shocking incident that has taken place with regards to an educational institution now with young children in Manipur? Major General Kumar, are you there with us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Uday, for having me on the show. See, Manipur's canvas has been pretty awkward for a long period of time. The community is there, the topography there has lent itself to a troublesome part of the country, part of the state for us. Right since its inception, when the Manipur joined the Union of India and the mighty suspected it was a fraud period of then in 1949. Coming to more recent stuff there. The Nagas in the hills, the Kukis in the southeastern hills, and the Maitis in the valley there, the mainstay, have been at war for quite some time. Reminds me of 3 decades back when I commanded my unit in this same very area, the area of Jiribam, Imphal, was very familiar. Now we find last 17-18 months, the trouble has erupted again. Earlier, the trouble used to be between Nagas and the Kukis, basically for control of narcotics, being the drug route from Golden Triangle westward. This time we find the manifestation of a trouble of a different kind. It will be between the predominant Maitis in the Imphal Valley and the Kukis. The Kukis are predominantly Myanmar Chin tribe. Now, the incident here in Jiribam, entire incident in Manipur has been east of Imphal, in Thobal district, in Churachandpur district, and southern part of Manipur, which is more close to Myanmar and to some extent our state of Mizoram. Jiribam, on the other hand, on the western front of Manipur, it's bordering Assam. And if you find the topography there, it's a plain area and a big communication hub coming up there. The NH53 connects India with Imphal to that area. And now, of course, you also have a railway hub coming up, a railway junction, the first railway line. To that extent, this place is important. Coming back to the topography of this place, this has generally been a quiet place, quiet area, predominantly inhabited by the Maitis and Muslims. Muslims, you might call it those who came from Bangladesh and otherwise, and very small amount of other tribes. Lately, the larger amount of tribes like the Kukis, Zo, and the Hmars have manifested themselves, are coming out. We had an incident in the month of June or July, which was a serious incident, the first of its kind. So it's happening there. So what I find is the trouble in a quieter areas of Manipur is now coming. Obviously, there are also other aspects to play, the foreign hand, as we might call. And all the tribes are, they are Christians by religion. So this area of Myanmar to the east of us, where there is a problem of the Janta controlling the tribes and the local army. The trouble in the west of Manipur or in the eastern part in Pakistan, or East Pakistan then, or Bangladesh, where there is a manifestation of a different kind, religious fervor of Muslim variety. So this entire thing is a crucible and strategically worrisome for India and too important to be, glossed over. And the incident today is one of those kinds where you're inciting, or there is some trouble at a societal level, which obviously the facts will come out, that either the interplay, either is a religious fundamentalism, or it is the ethnicity which is playing up. More importantly, the latter mixed with the first. So for us, nice that you've taken a notice of it and sharing it with our fellow countrymen that this area is important. And then trouble brewing up in newer parts of Manipur, is cause for little concern. Uday?
Absolutely. Let me quickly, in fact, try and rope back in Benjamin at this point. Benjamin Shakum. Benjamin, what is the latest situation now in your school? And do we know who did this? What is the police saying?
Still have the problem, not audible.
I think we've lost Benjamin's connection, unfortunately, again. All right, let me quickly draw in Major Mohammad Ali Shah, defense expert. He's also live with us now. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, this is an absolute shocker that it can happen to an educational institution, that children's life can be put in jeopardy, is absolutely shocking to say the least. What does this really say about the situation on ground in Manipur and what you make of this incident?
Okay, Uday, you said it's very, very shocking that students' lives could be put at stake and it happened at an educational institution. But unfortunately and very sadly, I am not surprised today because I have seen the kind of violence, I have seen the intensity of violence firsthand breaking out in Manipur. It's extremely sad. Now, the very fact is, when we talk about an education institution, fortunately, we were having problems with this connection. For his dedication to education and to social welfare. In fact, it was an honor to see him, at least temporarily, on the screen just now. Blooming School, which is again a very, very prestigious educational institution situated at Kalinagar. That's the Hmar belt. Hmar comes under the cookie umbrella, basically. The Hmar Veng in Manipur. In fact, Jiribam is the place where, as a young captain, on exactly how many years? It's been 19 years, exactly 19 years. 28 September was the date. I still remember. In
Okay, I think we're having some trouble there with your connection, Major Shah, unfortunately. But let me draw in Jodha Hekrujam, human rights activist, in at this point. Jodha Hekrujam, what would you say about this incident that has taken place with the Blooming Flora School? Absolutely shocking. This should never have happened.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Uday, for this opportunity. And first of all, as a human, I also condemn the heinous act of setting a base for the school, and whoever is behind this senseless crime must be punished under law. Mr. Uday, I'm sharing, the earlier narratives before the incident started on 3rd of May. Have you heard regarding the news regarding this so-called Anglo-Cookie Centenary War Gate? As the first narrative, this community, they used to say that the violence were started due to the so-called Cookie Anglo Centenary Gate was, set fire by Meitei communities and all. And that was the first narrative, and it was rumor, and they are sharing a fabricated story in order to get their vested interest. So later on, after 17 months of Manipur violence, it's get to know that it was not said by the Meitei community. It was, some of the community, by their community, set on fire, set on fire tire near of it, and there is no, centenary gate, get was fired by our community. So they have, they have shared different narratives in order to come their, playing their religions victim card since from the beginning. And we also struggled from the last 17 months, from the last 17 months, starting from the May 3rd, I used to, went to United Nations in order to participate in Human Rights Council sessions. All right, what they have done, they have shared, in the names of religions victim card, they used to share, a fake news and sharing to every worldwide, in the name of religions minority. And this is not the case that we are facing right now in our state from the last 17 months. So the actual condition, which I believe from the local and from their community, as I believe that this ablaze is due to the as Mr. Benjamin says that this school was established since 1997. That means it was 27 years old, and you can see that the school was very old. So as I believe that in order to get a financing assistance from maybe from the government, from the so-called where they are getting funds for this community in this violence from last 17 months, as you know that many financial aids from the Israel and from the Western countries, they used to get in the name of Christianity, in the name of Christian missionary, they used to get a lot of funds. So as I believe that in order to get that financial assistance to making a new construction of the school, they might be doing by their community to set fire on the school. Because, and one more thing, we might take community, how we can be there in their community. As Mr. Mezes told over the news, saying that this community, this Hmar community are part of the Kuki community. So this community, there is no Meitei community over there, and there is no way that we can go and set fire over their school. So this might be their, a fabricated story they made and share to the, news so that they can get something X from other community in the name of these things, Meitei Christian, Hindus and Christian fights, or maybe Meiteis and Kuki fights. It should not be done, because we are very tired from the last 17 months, and we went to United Nations and we share like it's and everything what they have done. This is not only, this war is not for this is Meiteis one settled tribe. All right, this is not like that, and Meitei get good funds from the government, and this community got only 10% of state budget allocation. Not like that. See, from the last 60 years, they want to, form, as you heard regarding the Jalankan project. So they have been struggling from the last 60 years in order to get their, so-called separate nations or union territory. This is their, pre-planned, program or like project which they are planning for the last 60-70 years. So there are so many angles, as I mentioned, even the United Nations Human Rights Council situations like this is a proxy war is going on in our state with national, local, international, and these are the things that's happening in our state. So at the end, this is not like it's done by our community. It's because it cannot be possible. There is no way that we community can enter there and set a fire to the school, and this cannot be done. Thank you,
Benjamin. Let me quickly draw you in here, Benjamin Shakum. I think I hope we finally have your connection through now. On, of course, what the latest situation firstly on ground is, what the police is telling you, who perhaps is behind this, and what you can tell us about this incident.
Actually, what Mr. Hikbuzam had just said, I would like to differ, because I beg to differ, because actually none of us are staying in that area anymore, because we could not stay there in Kalinagar, because the Kalinagar area is majority Meitei community dominated area. So we have fled the places, and we also left the school, and we have taken shelter in the neighboring states, me and my family, along with all other members of the community. So none of the Hmar community members are there at Kalinagar at present time when the school was set on fire. So his claim that it could be a member from the Hmar community who's doing the arson is totally impossible, because no Kuki or Hmar are there in the town area any longer now in Jiribam in the present time, because we have all fled the place because of the unrest in Jiribam. We have taken shelter in the adjoining state of Assam, and some have gone to Mizoram. Right now I'm in Mizoram because I could not open the school any longer because of the unrest. I closed the school this year, and I've opened another school here in Mizoram. So it is totally impossible for any of members of our community to set the school on fire. So we are suspecting that actually, and on the other hand, we have always complied with the authorities when there are initiatives taken for normalcy and peace. If we look at the newspaper, we will know that there have been already 2 talks organized by the SP of Jiribam, which we have attended in Epicentre to talk for normalcy and peace. So while we are pursuing peace, this thing happening is totally that member of the Kuki or Hmar community are responsible for this, totally out of the question. So actually, it is we think that it is a plan to sabotage the steps that have been taken, the initiative that has been taken for the return of normalcy in Jiribam from some radical Meitei elements. That's what we believe, and I believe also that is what has happened to the school.
Right, and of course, as far as of course the Meitei community is concerned, you just heard from the representative who's denying that their community would have a hand in this either. Do you have then a faith in the police to get to the bottom of this, Benjamin?
I don't have much because the police are trying to get to the root of the problem. They are trying to play a different picture. Actually, this arson is, we believe it happens because the school belongs to the Hmar community. It's a direct attack on the Hmar community. That's what we believe. And the police are not ready to comply with that idea.
Okay, let me quickly, yes, okay, I'll get a quick response first from Jodha Haikrujam, and then I'll get back in Major Kumar as well. Jodha.
Okay, hi. As I want to comment to Mr. Benjamin, he said like Meitei radical elements, he said might be, yeah, he can say might be, but he cannot blame to the particular community because he don't have any proof for that. And also, as he said, like, there is no Hmar community around the school and all, but there are so many, Hmar community living here and there. So this is not the case like there's no Hmar community living over there. So even as at the beginning as well, even I also can condemn because such a crime, whosoever community, so must be punished under the law. But if until unless there is no proof, no one cannot blame to any particular community. So this much I can reply on it.
Okay, let me quickly get in Major General Brajesh Kumar. Major General Brajesh Kumar, of course, the blame game will continue. But what is important is that such violence does not happen. And particularly with places where students are going to study and become better human beings for tomorrow. Major Kumar.
You see, we've heard both the people. Yodha ji is talk about the Meiteis and Mr. Benjamin about the cookies and the other side. See, there is a fair amount of animosity which has come about last 17 months. So obviously it's going to be a little difficult to, we have to bridge the trust deficit, and that will not come with only on the law and order machinery. The police or the Manipur is filled with the army, the Assam rifles, the BSF, the Manipur rifles and whatever. So feeling hate, faith healing, bridging the community together would be the answer. And as I said, Jiribam is a new front. It's a relatively quiet place. Come to think of it, it's a very small place. The population of Jiribam is about 45,000 only. It rains a lot. It's very well developed. So I'm sure the administration will do enough to look at it from a different angle and ensure that the law and order situation is not. In this case, fortunately, the fire was set at night and there are no casualties of any kind except loss of property, which is very, very minor in the kind of environment. But it's also a symptom and we must take note. So I do believe it's a time for all agencies put together, political parties, the national level, the local level, the civil society, the Gaon Buddhas, and more importantly, the community leaders, whether it is the Meiteis, whether it is the Muslims who are there, they in this case are not involved, or the cookies, or the bars, or the zoo, whatever they are. We've got to find a solution. We can't have Manipur burning and, creating problems for us. But as I said, it's a tough area for us. We don't want issues where international forces to the east of us in Myanmar, to the west of us in Manipur there, in Bangladesh, are trying to foment trouble. We are of the country, the entire canvas of Northeast has been fairly good and peaceful. Whether you look at the Naga issue, whether you look at the Ulfa issue, or of any other variety, over a period of time, we have done very, very well. The troubled area remains Manipur. It's a canvas. It's a gifted thing which is so wonky, so complex. But complex things are to be sorted out by smart people. And I'm sure the present generation, present set of people, all stakeholders, government to local society to average people, will pull up together and over a period of time stabilize. But the first issue is check law and order. Ensure that further animosity is not commenced or is not increased. And I hope it will happen. There are wise people, and obviously there are wise people listening to us as well and getting sensitized. Who is the winner in such things? It's certainly not the people who have burnt us. It's the people who studied there, the children who studied there. And for that matter, any law and order issues.
Absolutely. Let me quickly give the last word then to Major Shah before we close.
Firstly, I see this fire was set yesterday morning at 4:10, and the school is an establishment since 1997, and Blooming School has a very solid reputation. Now, without proof, I think it will be unfair to blame any community that this community has come and attacked. Without proof, I don't think it will be fair at all. And I'm just being fair to both the sides, to Maite and Cookie. So the very fact is, I know for a fact that when the violence was on its peak, there were degrees of students, I will not name the community from either side, it was destroyed. The experiences of students was destroyed, and that was shocking for me. That's the reason I opened by saying I'm not surprised. But at the same time, there's no proof against any community. So hatred has come in. Of course, I mean, it's unfortunate that hatred from both sides has. I've been a very, very informal kind of an interlocutor. I've been trying to get both the communities together to talk. And especially my YouTube channel is full of my talks with the Maites and the Cookies, in fact, who I love very much. In fact, I would tell Joda, I nanga rumshi Manipur. And so the very fact is, so when we say that, Maites have myself come and they must have. There's a big difference between. So how can you actually point? I'm not.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.